Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. How's it going, Bart?
All right, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well. So, do you realize that's the first time anybody's actually used my name on here? Oh. Any name, either of the ones. The one that got blacked out and this one either. Yeah. But anyhow, because it's more about the people that are joining me and stuff. Okay. And that's okay, though. That's fine. What I had you back to talk about was a couple of things that we had talked about last time. I just kind of wanted to pick up on those. We talked about the fact that you play with 4 to 6 people. Actually, you said you play with about 5 people.
5, yes.
Tell me what that's like. Because when you build, I've got to imagine you're building differently than when you would do it. Okay.
I basically pay attention to how everybody plays, and then I have to have a little bit of something for everyone.
Okay.
You know, like before they changed the rules on, I think it was the Black Vice, I think it was.
Yeah, Black Vice, yeah.
Oh, I used to love that. You know, I'd have 4 of those in the deck, and that way, on average, it comes out like on the first pull. Wow! Everybody take damage. And
right.
That way, it's passive damage. That way, I'm not actually attacking you.
Okay.
You know, so you can't say that I'm attacking you because this is you are affected.
You just
by
happen
something.
to be an opponent on the other side of the table.
Right, exactly.
Well, you still need 4 in there, but now you have to label each one for each person at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That gets kind of tedious because everybody wants to pick on you a certain way.
Yeah.
So if I can't get, I like to get people with cards that like broadcast. Poof, everybody takes this much.
Okay. So when you actually search for cards at this point, do you search for cards that say all opponents? Because there are so many. Okay.
Yes.
So that's one of the things, though. When the aggression starts at the table, okay. How does that go with that many players? Is it usually one person that starts it? Does one person pick at somebody and then?
Well, usually someone will say, I have no choice. I need to attack someone. I have a bunch of cards here. If I don't, I gotta throw the card away. Well, I'm a lightning bolt you.
And who is you, and how does that happen, though? I mean, do you roll a dice? Is there a false modesty?
No. But I remember if it was a new game, mm-hmm. I remember who was messing with me last game.
Last time.
And we did
talk about being vengeful and stuff. So
yes, I'm very vengeful, yeah.
Okay, so how long do you hold that aggression?
It all depends on when's the last time we played.
Okay.
It could be a year, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be the next day. It could be the game after.
Okay.
We played like sometimes when we used to get there early enough, we'd play like about 4 games.
Uh-huh.
And everybody would have a chance to win or something like that. And
okay.
Usually if someone got me on the first game, I'll go back after them.
Okay.
And sometimes I have to regroup like, okay, well, I need to build a deck that has to deal with just
him, for that person.
Just for that person, but it'll work with everybody too.
Okay. So let me ask you how that goes, though, in the play group, though. I know you can only speak for yourself because not everybody else is here.
Okay.
But is everybody else pretty much on the same page, or do you find
as what on the same
page? Do people wind up with hurt feelings?
No hurt feelings. No, basically, let's see here. Frank gets picked on by Janelle.
Okay.
Because Frank is Frank.
Okay.
And she picks on him. And then Eric likes to, like I said, he'll come in there with something that just totally disrupts everybody.
Okay.
And it's like, really, and we've been battling, we need to really kill him first.
Okay. So there's a certain amount of politics there.
Yeah, there's lots of politics.
Okay.
There's Reese. He's the youngest one in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a question mark because one minute he'll do one thing, another minute do other. But he's easily manipulated and intimidated. So that works out really well for me.
Okay.
Because basically, if Janelle is worried about Frank has to defend himself. Reese will do something, and I'll talk Reese into angling his anger that way. The only one we have to worry about is Eric, because Eric, just because he might block something that's going to hit Reese, knowing that he needs him to stay in the game so he can get off on all his stuff, which I've done that before too.
Okay, so that raises a few house rules. Do you block for each other?
Sometimes.
Okay, but it's agreed before you sit down at the table, you know that somebody might throw in a block for somebody else.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not really said. It just happens.
It just happens. Okay. But I mean, everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Generally, with my play group, when we sat down and stuff, we usually determine that ahead of time.
Oh, really?
For the most part, we generally don't. Every now and then, we'll call it and say, you know, hey, we're going to block for each other this time or whatever. Most people don't like that.
Why?
Because it interrupts the flow.
Yeah,
And I'm okay with that sometimes, though. So
I might need that player to hang in there a little longer.
Sure.
So I can get the advantage
Sure.
over this person.
I got you.
It's a game.
But so that brings it down to, is it political manipulation or is it actual physical blockers? So we'll absolutely play the political game and suggest that people maybe attack whatever. But ahead of time, we
Now,
will
what do you mean by
determine.
blockers?
I mean, you're sending 5
No,
attackers at Frank,
no. And someone else blocks
and I'm going to
one?
throw a creature in front
No.
of you.
No.
Oh, you can't do that?
No, we don't do that.
Oh.
What I thought you meant, like, say, example, I got my green mean deck, and I have Giant Grow or whatever, and someone's attacking him, and I need that person out of the game also. So
Okay, so
I might add on
you'll play.
something,
Okay, that's fair enough. Or
Or,
whatever. But you won't actually throw a creature
no,
in front of
I might do Fog,
Okay,
you know,
Right.
Because I need that person to stay in the game just
Gotcha.
a little bit longer.
but you're not. Okay, so we'll actually throw creatures in front of other people.
Oh, no.
That's why we say we don't do it all the
No,
time.
we never
It's
do
an
that.
occasional thing. It adds a whole new wrinkle to the game for sure.
I bet it does.
Yeah, because you're just sure that I'm taking this person out this turn, and like you said, if you don't have a fog or whatever, but hey, I'll throw that 1/1 soldier out there and block for this person or that person and stuff, then of course all the wrath comes on you next turn, so you better be ready to do it. But
that's why
but
you still
right.
1/1 out there.
So let me ask you something else then, because you had mentioned that you buy occasionally you buy pre-constructed decks, or you bought them at least, you know,
Yeah,
when you were out when you were
Well, like say me and my daughter go on vacation,
right,
you know, and I don't want to bring any extra luggage.
right,
I figure I can always buy something there. There's a Target somewhere,
okay.
you know, or a Walmart.
What do you do with those decks afterwards?
Take them apart, rebuild them.
Okay. Do you ever just leave them together and improve them?
That's taking them apart. I
Only-
take out the stuff I don't
only
like,
if
and I
you
put the
break-
stuff in I like.
Okay, but I guess what I'm saying then in that case is you stick with the synergy of the deck.
Sometimes.
You don't break it apart. So, for example, last episode, I filmed with Enrico when we took the latest Planeswalker deck, the Gideon deck, the most recent one, and we talked about some very simple upgrades to make to that deck. We didn't take the deck apart. We didn't break it apart. We rather just suggested about 5 different cards or 6 different cards that could go in there instead. I don't consider that breaking it apart.
Okay.
You're breaking it down.
Okay, pimping it out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So you do that as opposed to redesigning the strategy
Yeah.
or just pulling the whole thing apart and stuff.
I either pull it apart, or if it's something I like example, I can't think of the one, but it's the lion. Mm-hmm. Okay. I bought one pack of that guy, and he was in charge. He had the whole deck. I went and got all the planewalkers of that guy,
Okay.
all the different ones, and stuck it in that deck
Okay.
just to see if it would play apart.
If it would synergize with the rest of it. Okay.
And it worked out really well because the fact that everybody was paying attention to killing off these planewalkers. You know,
They were drawing fire for you while everything else built
and
up.
that worked out really well, especially in a large group.
Right.
You know,
It's been a long time. That's how you and I started playing and stuff.
Right.
When we played with as many as 5 or 10
Yeah,
people.
in an apartment, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We would play all night long into the wee hours of the morning.
what was
it'd
the
be like
place you
6
played
o'clock in the
at? It
morning.
was like the mall or something, or some type of small room somewhere. It was near where you live at now, over here somewhere. I forgot where, but everybody would meet down there. I don't remember where.
Oh, yeah. Was it Brienne's? Oh, no, I don't think you were there with us for that stuff. Luckily, at some point, I was driving around, and what's when I worked at the pharmacy, and I happened to drive by there, and there's a bunch of people in the garage just sitting there playing. And I leaned out the window, hey, what are you guys playing? Expecting to hear Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever, and they said Magic.
Well, pull over.
So we had, exactly, we had a play date there for a number of months. But at any rate, so when it comes to that, do you look for, so recently I just had Frank on here,
Yeah.
coincidentally. Anyhow, so, well, because it's the same shirt as the one I filmed with him. So anyhow, what will you spend on a card?
All depends on how much I want the card. But
Do you have a set limit, I guess? is the-
yeah, I'd have to be really hard pressed to spend anything over $15 for one card.
For one card.
Now I'll spend $20 on 4 the exact same card.
Sure, sure.
You know, but one card,
Yeah.
no.
That's it. Okay.
I just can't.
Can't justify that?
No, that's money I can spend on something else.
Gotcha.
You know.
So one final thing. What do you hate about Commander? What do you dislike about Commander? What does not appeal to you about Commander?
I don't know. I like the way I like the way
You like the way that you
I
play?
play now,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you know.
But you're willing to try it?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm willing to
Okay.
try most things.
Awesome.
But,
We touched on this a little bit last time we talked because you had said that you don't want to spend too much on cards, this or that. I think EDH, I think Commander is a great way to not have to do that and have a really great deck because you only need to buy one of those cards each if you can make the cards synergize together.
Yes, that's the point. You have
So-
to get them all to work together, and that's 100 cards as opposed to 60 cards. You have to get to work together because you got to pay. You know, that's time and effort. And
So
Yeah.
I have, for about the price of 4 cards, I have an excellent zombie deck for about $20 to $30. It's a Commander deck. I'd like you to try it.
okay,
So I don't know whether the battery might not last for the entire filming of that, but if we can get Frank back in here, I think I'd like to have us sit down and play a little Commander.
okay,
All right. Thank you for joining me.
all right, no problem.